very good morning. Self-promotion, it's my birthday today. And that's not why I chose to bring the camera out, it's just because I know that it's been very lax, because this is all I do at the moment. It's just up and down to Kings Lynn and Red Lodge and occasionally Snetterton, and there's only so much you can do filming wise really, without it being thoroughly boring. So as much as I wanted to put some more content out, I've not really, well, I have been able to. I just think that what's the point, because once you've seen this road 200 times it doesn't change, although they've chipped it because it's summertime. I suppose the scenery changes a little bit, doesn't it? A little bit with this, with the changing of the seasons. I just thought I'd do a quick update, because next week we're off to Greece on the usual run in the pet van, which I'm really looking forward to. Have been since it was booked. I thought that was a Go Fetch van going the other way then. So I'll definitely put something together for that. I think we've got a collection out of Bologna on the way back as well, already scheduled. So it's looking pretty good. Let's let this chap out. He's looking. And I'll let this car across as well, because I'm a kind soul, and I'm almost early. I'm doing Hardwick Timber first, which I quite often will get up here early just to have a break, but I was waiting for the milkman this morning, and that's not a euphemism, because it's summertime. I don't want to leave the milk out for very long, so luckily he turned up a bit earlier, so I can get the milk in the fridge for the rest of the week. Even if it was 10 minutes late, it wouldn't really matter too much. So full old day, as full as they get at the moment anyway. Do this one, then tip it, then I'll be back for the second one out of the other sawmill, and but that'll be a box trailer coming out of there, so let's just weigh it and drop it, and that'll be my day, which is nice. I can go home and I might even have a little beverage in the sunshine. I'll see. There's always lots of things to do at home. The CVRTC show at Gaydon a couple of weeks ago, in fact about 3 weeks ago now, which was fantastic as always. I actually meant to do some filming there and never got round to it because I was so busy with everything else. It just got put to the side, unfortunately. But I've got really motivated, model building wise, so that's another advantage of this job. Gives me time to faff about with that, which is nice. I should have a little bit in the next Truck and Driver of a series that was suggested to me, which I love the idea of, which I've named the Vintage Vault, which is looking for and at some of the old show trucks that used to be on the circuit, sort of back in the day, in inverted commas, and what happened to them and the owners, because a lot of them aren't about anymore, and they're pretty iconic trucks. I mean, maybe I'm just getting old, but a lot of them these days all look exactly the same really to me. They're just slight variations on the paint, whereas before it was, a lot of it was like just really nice liveries and not too much tap bolted on, and then individual customization, you know. It's just, I'm going to sound old, just much better back then. I mean, the detailing and whatnot at this day and age is something else. It really is, but it's kind of like a bit identikit, you know. Put this on, put that on, do that, paint this like that, and it just all seems to follow the same sort of thread. It could be me, but yeah, it's been most enjoyable. First one's going to be on Craig Potter, who had the Ice Warrior Scania, if you remember that, which got rolled after he sold it, and it was the first truck that Matt, the airbrusher, ever fully airbrushed. So there's a little bit of history there, because he's gone on, he's just out of this world, really. The work he does is just phenomenal. The phenomenal doesn't even cover it, it's just mind-boggling what he can do. So I'm gonna, now that they've sort of doing that one, I'm getting very motivated to get a lot more of them done. Still got quite a few people to go and speak to about articles and things like that, just trying to squeeze it all in. It's just, I don't know where time is going. So it's the end of June now. It seems like only a month or so ago I was having to remember to write 2024 on paperwork. Yeah. And another advantage of coming up to Hardwicks a bit earlier is you don't have all this queuing, but it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I normally like to get up there about 7:30, because you can't get in before 8 o'clock. So I get up about 7:30, excuse me, have a coffee and just chill out, getting ready. And I sometimes vary my route, but it's the Royal Norfolk Show today and tomorrow, so I'm going absolutely nowhere near Norwich in the truck, although tomorrow night I'm teaching some diving, so I'm going to take my motorbike, because I'm not sitting in all the queues that will be because of that. Although where I come up to Norwich is the other side of the city to where the showground is, hopefully it shouldn't be too bad, but I do have to get actually into the city itself. So I'm going to take the bike as the weather's so nice. Why the devil not? So make the most of it. So I think I've run on enough, as most people would say anyway, all the time. So I'll get changed over and I'll do a bit of filming in a little bit. Right, that's the Morgan floor ticks at the hangar, which all nice and good. I'm actually gonna go a slightly different way back, I think, and do a time lapse, just because I like doing them and it saves me talking. And it'll be something slightly different in a time lapse to look at. So I go through Thetford and through the forest and probably stop in the forest bit before Munford for me break. Be nice and peaceful in there, no phone signal, and I might have a snooze, because yeah, I don't know why I set my alarm for 5 and I didn't really need to be up quite that early. And there we go. I'm just wondering as well how long before the weight limit gets put on this little bridge, because although it's our permitted route, and at the end of this road, if you're coming off the A1066, there is a sign saying no trucks, because it's a one-way system in theory. People outside of this company completely ignore it and come trundling down through here, so I dare say that people will complain, because that's what people like to do. Some people don't have much better to do with their time. I'm sure we all know a few like that. I'm not going to go off on a rant. And, anyway, I'll do a bit of a time lapse. That'll be enjoyable. Well, so that was me little time lapse from Thetford up to Kings Lynn and back down to the dryer. So just changed trailers, now heading back to the yard. Job done. Job jobbed, as they say. Apparently. So yeah, it's all that leaves me to do is go home. I've got to pop to the shop, get a couple of bits, and I think I'm going to get myself an ice cream and sit in the garden and eat my ice cream. And I must also say hello to Linda and Mushy, as I got told off because I didn't say hello to Linda before. So I hope you enjoy your holiday. Anyway, that's enough nonsense from me. Yes, Greece next week, can't wait. That'll definitely be a 1 or 2 parter. See what that brings. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little update. Thanks for sticking with it, and I shall speaking to you when it's going to get even warmer than I am in the UK. Right, ta-da.